I think we're all in agreement here that reason in the kind of conventional sense, the 1650 sense, isn't what really drives our behavior.
Right.
That we need to somehow bring emotion and cognition together.
Right.
And there's a lot of great neuroscientists that are talking about this now and looking at how we actually make decisions, and great studies in brain imaging helping us understand that. But I think if we take that to this topic of climate change, and we're saying, okay, there's this abstract topics of climate change, and then there are these personal topics of climate change. So as we think about us sitting in the room and us listening and us watching, like, why will we change or not change? And what is the emotional condition that has to occur in order for us, not waiting for somebody to change the media or not waiting for somebody to change this company or this government, but what does it take for us to change? What does it take for us to, because I think, I can certainly speak for myself to say, I know there are things I could be doing better in terms of my relationship with the environment. And I would guess that everybody in this room can think of ways that they could make those changes. So I'd like to take this to a more personal level as we think about the role of emotion in our decision making. How do we get better, not waiting for anybody else?
And this is what Pickering points out won't work for the following reason. Because of the shift, starting in 1980, between reinvestment wealth and wealth coming out of regular jobs and GDP, that reinvestment wealth gets greater and greater and tends to work against all of those personal decisions.
If Josh's plan were to work, that is, if we were to take individual responsibility and start making individual decisions, even though wealth is becoming greater and greater disproportionately among a small elite, the key point is this: the way our products are made, the way industry and commerce operates, is very sensitive to customers' likes and dislikes. And what you want to do is shift market share away enough from someone who's in the bad category towards someone who's good, so that it will scare the hell out of a brand manager.
That's what I was suggesting, but you're leaving language out of this. And you can't leave language out of this. Language is what people hear in the media all the time on all those, advertisements by the oil companies constantly. And what does that mean? Charles Fillmore, who unfortunately died recently, was one of our greatest linguists ever, discovered that we think in terms of structures called frames, and that every word in every language is defined in terms of that kind of mental structure. And that what happens is that when you hear a certain kind of language, it evokes a structure, which in turn evokes a certain moral view of the world and a certain way of understanding the world, and that gets in the way of personal decisions and politics.
So you're saying we can't really do anything then, because we're stuck with this language, we're stuck with this economic system. How's it going to change?
It matters if you can get divestment going on the basis of your moral views and make that political and understand the systemic as well. That is, you have to do it both at the educational level, at the emotional level, as you're pointing out, at the unconscious automatic level, but you have to do it at a political level as well. You can't ignore the politics, and you can't ignore the fact that the wealthy are... why does it matter if the wealthy get a lot wealthier? Why does it matter? Because they command scarce resources and control media.